Payton on Insights. Two eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS, where we always talk the talk.
Hopefully we're able to have resolved our technical difficulties. We're trying to see if we are able to be heard now. Insights covered was Insights High School Game of the Week. We were able to get back out, do some games last week. FAMU High boys were an impressive group of men. We really enjoyed having an opportunity to talk to them, and they were all remembering being a part, or at least of Insights, which was kind of impressive because we hadn't really covered FAMU High in a while. And when we did, we covered the boys a few years ago, and it was under a different coach. But we knew under the current coach, they would be a lot better disciplined. But they were so receptive that we decided that we would lead off our return to Insights Game of the Week by doing FAMU High. We tried to get a couple of the wrinkles out, but we were able to do that game. Then we did the NFC Godby girls game, which ended up being a 48-45 contest. NFC won with 3 points. They missed. Godby got 2 3-point jumpers in the last 10 seconds, missed them both. They could have sent the game to overtime, and NFC was able to pull out a win. Then we were able to see McClay, who at the time, their boys were undefeated. Rickards came in having lost 3 in a row, but Rickards, being Rickards, ran away with that game 79-61. They had an outstanding performance, 35 points. It's a game that we sent out, and we tried to get the attention of some college coaches because there were a couple guys, 6'8", 6'7", on McClay's team, and a couple from Rickards that are actually college potential players. So we try to let them know that we're covering some guys that they may want to have an opportunity to see. We also were able to institute our Dr. Arthur Woodard Academic Student of the Game. It's an award that we give out, and we have. Dr. Woodard Award has actually honored over 150 students since 2016. That recognition goes out to the high school player of the game whose coach has nominated them with the highest grade point average and community involvement. And without further ado, we're going to let you see some more about that.
The Dr. Arthur Woodard Academic Student of the Week Award is sponsored by the Woodard Foundation from Miami, Florida. The school selects the high school student with the highest grade point average along with their community service involvement and leadership. The Woodard Foundation is proud to be a part of the recognition given to these outstanding high school students who exemplify what Dr. Woodard stood for. Dr. Woodard would tip his hat to the winners and proudly say congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way and keep up those grades.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Walt McNeil. I want to thank all the Arthur Woodard Academy Student Game winners. You guys have done a great job this year, great success, and I can't tell you how much we here in the Leon County Sheriff's Office appreciate the great job you've done. Keep it up, continue to be the winners that you are, and lead by example. Take care, God bless. And as we said in the Leon County Sheriff's Office, all in.
Tell us a little bit about your academic award student. Tell us a little bit about him.
Rashard White is the one that is the academic person right now, well over a 3.3, and they all understand what our rigor of academics means. He came to me and he said, "Coach, my Spanish grade is not looking to where it needs to be, and I don't want it to drop my GPA. What do I have to do? Who do I have to get in contact with? How can I get in contact with the teacher? Because, Coach, I know I did the work." So Rashard White is leading the path for our younger ones and understanding that a 3.0 and higher is what we're aiming for as a team, GPA of a 3.0. And he's leading the way at a 3.34 unweighted GPA. So he understands if I get anything less than a B, Coach is going to have us.
We're trying to do with our academic award winners, which you know that's really important to all of us.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about, introduce her to the audience for us, please.
Lady, she's our senior guard, our defensive specialist, Nakara Hayes, a.k.a. Poker Face. I've called her Poker Face since her 9th grade year because no matter what happens, she does have that attitude like a duck. We're going to let the water roll off our backs. She is immovable, but the greatest thing about her is as strong as she is on the court, she has a 4.1 GPA. She leads our team with the highest GPA and is consistently working in study halls, showing the girls, what it means to be a student, an all-caps athlete. Second, and so not only that, but she's working on her CNA, her Certified Nurses Assistant certification to be completed once she graduates from Godby High School. So I'm super proud of her. She's also a part of the volleyball team and the flag football team. So when we talk about preaching and giving the speech about being a holistic young lady coach, I don't think you can define that any better than that as Senior Nakara Hayes.
Blaze Wallace, who is our junior, who's a 4-year varsity player, tremendous student, also hard work on the court, has interest from several universities now for his athletics and his academics. And, he's, like you say, he's a great student in the classroom and loves and likes going to school. And so that's a great quality that Blaze has. And I think it translates to his ability to adjust on the basketball court.
And Dr. Woodard, the Foundation Awards, has supported so many of these students and recognized them. And before COVID-19 came, we would also honor them and have them at Studio 13 with a dinner for them and their parents, free. And we would recognize them for their academic success. All of us know that without having that academic background, that they're not going to go too far. And one of the things that we've done, this is the only award that we ever do in terms of recognizing these student athletes that play in the games that we broadcast, is not the leading scorer, most touchdowns, or anything about how they do during the game. It's about what they come into the game with academically. As a former head men's basketball coach and started the women's basketball program at Florida A&M University, we're well aware of how important the grades are. And a lot of these students that have been recognized with the Woodard Awards have gone on and done and have been very, very successful in what they're trying to do. Now, one of the things that we have found out, we did do the high school preview for girls and boys basketball in the area. But for girls right now, Florida High has shown that they are the dominant girls team in the city. They're 8-1. Their one loss came out of the city. They have beaten the average. They average over 30 points per game in terms of the victory for the local teams. There's nobody that's been close to them in the city. The closest team to them in the city that they played so far has been the smallest school, and that's FAMU High, and they've been 24 points, and that's the closest. Ricketts is at 4-3. Leon, surprisingly, is having one of their better teams in many a year, 6-3. FAMU High has lost to Florida High twice, but FAMU High is 6-2. Look for them to make another run deep when the state tournament comes. Quincy Monroe is 5-2. You have to kind of pay attention to some of that because these teams have started out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now with the guys, if all the guys in Quincy stayed in Quincy and went to one high school, woo, you'd have something special. Why do I say that? Gaston right now, undefeated, 4-0. Crossroads right now, undefeated, 5-0. Quincy Monroe right now, undefeated, 5-0. That's 14-0 for the top three teams in Quincy. Locally, Tallahassee Gobby is 5-0. You can't. Mariana beat Ricketts 82-69 earlier. They're 5-1. Ricketts 3-4, but you can't count them out. Florida High is playing a very tough schedule. They're 6-3. Thomasville 4-2. We may have some teams, some boys teams this year, actually be in a position where they'll be able to make it to Lakeland. That's our hope. The more teams that go, the absolute better. Now, congratulations to Madison County for winning a state championship. Boy, those Cowboys, they're a little special over there, boy. You don't want any part of them. I say all the time, Madison, they really gained my respect when we went over there and did a game. We've done boys games and basketball and football, and they are very receptive. Their athletic director and head football coach, Mike Coe, we were having some issues trying to get to the men's basketball coach after they had won, was qualified to go to the state. He said, hey, that's INSiiGHTS. You got to let them through. They get some of my best quotes on INSiiGHTS. So we appreciate them and all that they've done. We also, congratulations, we have to say to who was supposed to be on. We've had some technical difficulty getting him in, but congratulations to Maurice Freeman. Man, as somebody said, one of the most underrated coaches in Georgia. They won the state championship. They won in the state championship game by a 56-28 score. Talk about a spanking. That's a bizanking there. They spanked that honey. Yes, they did. We followed them 2 years ago when they went to the state tournament, lost. They were runners-up in the state, and we did something about them that we still kind of proud of. We're going to let you see it. We don't know if you saw it then when we did it, but we're going to let you see it. We're going to run this to you.
Oh, my name is Travis Spencer, and let me tell you something. It feels good for my other players back in 94. Now my cousin Travis White Jr. playing now, so that was going to show out and bring the hell back.
Chris Chastain. I'm the high school principal, and this is tremendous for our community, for our students, just for everybody that's involved. We're so proud. It's been 25 long years, and we're just so excited about Coach Freeman and our boys going to represent us and bringing home a championship.
My name is Woodard County, Georgia. Tried to play. That's right.
And what's it mean to y'all for the team to be going to Atlanta?
It means everything. It means everything. We gonna bring this win to Coach County, but these guys have, like you said, they have went from right here to little boys to like just like that. So they mean everything to us and all of them for our team. So it's all good.
Kari Watkins, Sean Waters, Johnny Parker. They're all names that stay etched in our minds and in the hearts of every Brooks County Trojan. Why is that? That's because they're known as the BC3, 3 football players who died in a tragic car accident on their way to football practice back in 2013. And before every football game, the BC Trojans pay homage to them, call upon their spirits to assist them, and keep them in the hearts of what they do.
Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity to be here, Lord. You know what this gathering is for. You know why we're here, Lord. We're here to honor these 3 young men and everything that we do. Lord, help us tomorrow to play with the heart and determination that they played with, Lord. Lord, watch over us on this travel. Lord, help us to get there safely and return safely back home. Lord, while we're there, help us to understand this is a business trip. And we do have business to take care of, and that's what we need to be focused on. Lord, help us when we step on the field tomorrow to have the focus that we need, a greater focus than we've had all year. Lord, we'll give you all the honor and praise, Lord. Forgive us for all of our sins. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. But this quest for a state championship started before 2013. It goes back to 1994, which was the last time BC Trojans won a state championship in Folklore in Quitman, Georgia. It's 25 years ago, and it's time to do it again. But before the team can go to Atlanta and receive the adulation of elementary school kids and every student that's a member of Brooks County's public school system and the adults who played, they pay homage to BC3 and remember them in their hearts.
Played for me. I loved them. They did what I asked them. They represented this team. Now we need to represent them, so we come by and give them honor and pray to God that they are safe and sound, and that they're looking over us, also keeping us safe and sound.
What does this game mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to this community. First and foremost, it puts us on the map. It forces folks to say, where is Payton to? Who is Brooks County? Why do they bring the hammer? And it gives our kids a lot of exposure. Some of these kids don't get a chance to go see the city of Atlanta, but this playing for the state title, they get a chance to see it and get additional exposure. So they know that this world is bigger than Payton, bigger than Valdosta, bigger than Thomasville. They get to see some other things, and it expands their dreams.
Coach, thank you for letting us take this from you. If there's ever a story within the story that pulls at your heart, it's the story of Coach Maurice Freeman, who remembers those players who played for him and makes sure those who are playing for him remember them as well. You have to pull for the Brooks County Trojans and be proud of their quest to make history.
With unlimited DVR, you can stream classics like The Office whenever you'd like. YouTube TV.
Hunter Killer compares
They didn't
to
win it
LJ
that year.
Knight's honestly better because
But
you
they
can play
came
with
back
T'Challa.
and they won it this year. They came back and they were able to win. And Coach Freeman had some of those guys that were on the team a couple years ago as youngsters and didn't make it. Following Brooks County team is very easy to do. When you go over there in Quitman, Georgia, it's like going to a FAMU Bethune-Cookman game. You smell a barbecue cooking. Everybody in the community comes to the game. That's how they are in Georgia. Same in Thomasville. We went over there to do the first broadcast. We went to the new high school facility that they had built, thinking that the stadium was there. We were wrong. We had no idea where the new stadium was. In fact, it wasn't a new stadium. They were still playing at the old stadium. You know how we found it? We just followed the crowd. And once we followed the crowd, we had to get a park on a basketball court over by the rec center and walk over. And man, we were just really glad to be over there. When we pulled in, they kept hollering, "Oh, that's Channel 6. Oh, that's Channel 27. And one of the Brooks County guys ran in and talking about, "No, that's INSiiGHTS. I watch them every week. I see them every week. That's INSiiGHTS." Wow. Did they make us feel good about that? And see, one of the things about them, like I said, they went back. But I want you to see what happened when they went back. Now, the tape you just saw, that's INSiiGHTS. That's an INSiiGHTS original from 2 years ago. This one, we're not going to show it all of, but the INSiiGHTS original is on our website, INSiiGHTS YouTube. You could see it at any time. We probably had about 3,500 people see it. But the one, from the championship, is by RL Photography. It's on YouTube. RL Photography. You could go up there and see it, the whole thing, but we're only going to show you a part of it.
And they like it. And they like it. We get better. We get better. We get better. We get better. We can't be. We can't be. We can't be. We won't be. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Are we ready? Charge! Charge! Charge!
You gotta come out of here just like that. Now, what I mean when I say empty the bucket. That means whatever you got, whatever pride you got, whatever fighting ability you got, blocking, tackling, running, catching, whatever you got. At the end of the third quarter, I need all of you.
Coach Freeman, FAMU alum, was the foot when he played at FAMU. He got it done, and he got it done at Brooks County. We're so proud of him and the things that he's been able to accomplish over there at Brooks County. The one thing about them, everywhere they go, because they'll have the All-Star games in a little while, and they'll play in Valdosta, Thomasville. We've covered them. And every time we go, every coach in there says you could tell the kids from Brooks County that play for Coach Freeman, because when they hit you, they knock your helmet off. They're little guys, and they bring the hammer for real. When they hit you, you know you've been hit. Again, congratulations to Brooks County over there in Quitman, Georgia. Over there was at J&J Fried Chicken. Sister's Restaurant. Think we don't know? We've been over there. We've done our leadership academy over there at the middle school. We've done it over there at the high school with The athletes from the football team and the basketball team, softball team were represented. Softball team wanted to know why we don't come do their games. COVID-19 kept us from coming. But we have to say, we have a lot of pride and respect for them, and we really do appreciate all the support that INSiiGHTS has gotten from them since the very, very beginning that we've started. They've always been a part of us, and we always appreciate all that they have done for us.
Have you thought about improving the curb appeal of your home or business? If so, call Hank. My pressure washing service will give your property a fresh look that you are needing at an affordable price. Just take a look at some of these improvements. If you are in need, give Hank a shout. I'll get you right.
INSiiGHTS, always supporting John Grant and the Celebration Bowl this Saturday, noon. Jackson State versus South Carolina State. It's a sold-out game. They sell a lower bowl. They have not sold it out before, but it's sold out for this one. And a lot of it has to do with the tremendous support that Jackson State has gotten in terms of the following, the people that are going with them to support them in their quest to win a national championship. South Carolina State usually draws pretty well. They have an excellent coach over there, Buddy Pugh. Anything can happen in the game of football, but I'm not expecting South Carolina State to beat Jackson State. It would be, I won't say monumental upset, but it'll be a significant upset if the 6-5 Bulldogs pull it off. Jackson State's going over. They've only lost one. Their common opponents, you know, already FAMU beat South Carolina State 30-7. North Carolina A&T beat them 27-13. Alabama A&M beat them 42-1. Outside of the MEAC, South Carolina State was 1-5. I don't expect them to win, but all those people from Jackson, and for them to say that Jackson State draws more than any other HBCU institution, I don't agree with that. But they do draw well. And they're in there to see a coronation on a national championship. And where else would you rather be to celebrate it than in Atlanta? Even when we had the FAMU game, when we were playing in Atlanta for the Atlanta Classic and playing in Orlando for the Florida Classic, the way that we always told it to our boosters was this, very simply. The Florida Classic was the kids' game. You take the kids, the grandkids, you go down, people got timeshares, they stay through Thanksgiving, they go to Disney World, Universal Studios, Wet n Wild, go to the beach, they do. But when they go to Atlanta, the kids stay home. That's grown-up weekend. So everybody going to Atlanta for the Celebration Bowl, not many children going, but they going to hang out. There's something to do on every corner in Atlanta. Grown-up things to do, legal things to do. Restaurants, nightclubs. They go over there and win. Jackson State will probably be there till after Christmas celebrating, and I can't blame them for that. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week is back. Stay tuned. Follow us. You don't ever know when we're going to be in your gym or a gym where your son is playing, your grandson is playing, cousin, next door neighbor, or whatever. These games, all of our telecasts that are up there are absolutely 100% free. Free. Cost you nothing then, now, or in the future. The #1 game of all time is the Thomasville-Brooks County game when Thomasville came from behind to beat Brooks in Brooks. We talk about that game all the time. All the time. Over 12,000 people have seen that game. It's these clicks that let us know what games we need to cover. Because when we go to Georgia, Thomasville and Brooks County, they still continue to watch those telecasts. We got Bainbridge when they came to Ricketts. They had a running back named Ben Pierce, starts at University of Florida now. He ran 5 touchdowns first game back. We got about 3,500, 4,000 people still go back and watch him. And one run he ran when he carried 2 Ricketts defenders on his back. Then a third one. Then a fourth one. As Earl Hankerson likes to remind me, didn't mean anything because Ricketts still won the game. You see the holiday festivities in the back? This is that time of year. Get out, relax, spend some time with your family. Do some of the things that you like to do. Follow INSiiGHTS. Support us. We like to be there for you to show you the things that you can't normally see. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, former head men's basketball coach at Florida A&M University, former head women's basketball coach at Florida A&M University. Is there anywhere else?
The latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is copyright of Mac 4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac 4 Enterprises. It is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac 4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individuals speaking.
Congratulations to Jackson State first-year head football coach Deion Sanders for being named SWAC Coach of the Year. But way before it was prime time in Jackson, Mississippi, there was an era simply known as sweetness. On today's segment of Remembering the Legends, we pay homage to NFL Hall of Famer Walter Jerry Payton. There have been some great running backs in the annals of NFL history. From the days of Gale Sayers, Jim Brown, and O.J. Simpson of distant past, to Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, and today's Derrick Henry. Each brought their own flair to a tough position. But in my era of watching, following, and covering the NFL, no one was better at running back than Walter Payton. Born in Columbia, Mississippi, Payton was one of the best running backs in high school, despite not playing until his junior season. He introduced himself to the sport by taking his very first carry 65 yards to the house. In fact, Payton scored a touchdown in every game his junior and senior seasons. He led the Little Dixie Conference in scoring and made All-State his senior season. Payton played baseball, was a long jumper, averaged 18 points in basketball, and was also a drummer in the school band. He probably would have served popcorn too if you asked him to, but football was his love. And while he got an offer to play at Kansas State, Payton decided to stay home and went to Jackson State. That's where he earned the nickname Sweetness. Whether it was from his low-key personality or his athletic grace, the name stuck, and his star continued to rise. In his sophomore season, Payton rushed for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, setting the then SWAC record for most points in a football game. By the time he finished, he was a 2-time Black College Player of the Year and was an All-American his senior season in 1974. He finished his college career with 3,600 yards rushing and a school record 65 rushing touchdowns. The Chicago Bears may be struggling now, but they were on point by selecting Payton with the 4th overall pick in the 1975 NFL Draft. What I remember most about Payton is that in his early years, the Bears weren't all that good, but when teams played them, they knew they were in for a bruising. Yes, Payton could outrun most once he got an opening, but despite his short 5'10" stature, he never shied away from contact. In fact, Payton often initiated, often putting his shoulder pass into opposing defenses instead of running out of bounds. And if you think Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch or Derrick Henry had the most vicious stiff arms in the NFL, watch some clips of Payton and get back to me. Oh yeah, he could also tote that rock. His second year, he ran for more than 1,300 yards and scored 13 touchdowns, made the Pro Bowl, and was named MVP. The next year, he upped that, rushing for more than 1,800 yards, and was named AP Most Valuable Player. In 1977, he broke O.J. Simpson's single-game rushing mark by running for 275 yards against the Minnesota Vikings. In 13 total seasons, Payton rushed for more than 1,000 yards 10 times, made 9 Pro Bowls, and was All-Pro 5 times. He finished his career as the league's all-time leading rusher after retiring following the 1987 season. While he did win a championship with the Super Bowl shuffling Chicago Bears in 1985's blowout of the New England Patriots, I believe the biggest tragedy was Payton not having an opportunity to score a touchdown in that game. They gave that honor to the Fridge. Nevertheless, Payton was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1993. Sadly, he passed away from cancer November 1st, 1999. Gone but not forgotten, the Walter Payton Award is given annually to the most outstanding college player in FCS, and the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award is given annually to the player honoring his volunteer and charity work, which honors Payton's work as a humanitarian. Truly a legend, Payton was sweetness personified on and off the field. That's why he's a legend.
Thank you for being with us. Rick, we hope you feel better. And we'll give you an update on what's going on with You Pick 'em, because Rick was winning. Maybe that's why he's so sick. I don't know. It's a little crazy. Peace and happiness.